Hi, everybody.
Hello, I'm Ryan.
I'm Bethany.
And we are Ryan and Bethany Board Game Reviews.
And today we'll be talking about Escape from New York. But before we do, we just want to remind you to subscribe so you can see all our videos as they come out. We do top 10s, we do skits, and we do reviews. You want to see all of it. Okay, so Escape from New York is designed by Kevin Wilson, and this is published by Pendragon.
All right, so this is based off of a movie. This is a movie IP for a movie that was made a while back. It was like something like 1873.
Yeah, very
That's
long time
about
ago.
when this was made.
Just thereabout.
And this is kind of based off of a dystopian future that they were going to live in. So New York has become a penal colony. It is basically just overrun with criminals, and they are just living in this, all confined to this one island. But the President of the United States was in a helicopter, was flying over that area, and crash landed in New York, in Central Park. So now it's our job to go and save him. We have to go and infiltrate, go to New York, find the president, and then escape with our lives.
Maybe.
And hopefully his lives. His life, singular.
We want all of his lives intact.
I mean, he's a cat. He's got 9 of them. We gotta save them all. No, this is a cooperative game for the most part. So you're all working together as you are exploring this map. It's kind of like a fog of war situation going on where you cannot see what a tile is until you get close to it. And then you can possibly reveal it using an action in order to now see what's on that tile and eventually move to it. And then maybe potentially see some more stuff that it's touching that you haven't seen yet. There's got that fog of war going on. You're all cooperatively trying to discover the map, trying to figure out what's going on, and eventually trying to find the president. There's all kinds of different other items scattered on the board as well. Some are weapons, some are vehicles, just different gear you might need. But also, once you've found the president, you now, all at the beginning of the game, were dealt a card that gave you a scenario that might give you a way to win by yourself. So, you're working together until you find the president. But then, you might basically try to escape the whole situation.
5 seconds!
Get out of there with some information, some fake tapes or something like that, in order to get out of there. In which case, now you have won by yourself. You were a traitor to the whole group, or you can keep on working together and try to escape together as a collective. So that's kind of what's going on in this game. There is a lot to explore, a lot to see. There's going to be little tiny villains that are chasing you around. There's big villains chasing you around as well. Those kind of get revealed later on. There's certain information about the blueprints of these different bridges that you need to escape off of, that you need to acquire. The more noise that you make as you're traveling around New York is going to be bad for you because you're attracting more and more criminals to you, and you're advancing the game timer. There's kind of game timer that's ticking down and ticking down, ticking down, ticking down until you eventually can all lose together if the end of the game is revealed before you're able to have made one of the end game scenarios happen.
Yep. So in this game, your health is your cards. So you have all these cards that you're playing when it comes to your turn, and when negative things happen to you, you have to discard your cards. And it has that Century Spice Road aspect to it, where once you want those cards again, you have to choose that as an action to get your cards back. But not just that, there's a timer. So every single time you pick up your deck, or you don't have to pick up your whole deck. You could just want that card again and you pick it up.
You get the whole deck, though.
Yeah, you get everything you played. I'm saying you don't have to play through your whole hand in order to do that. There's this timer on the board, and you flip the timer, and that runs down the clock, and then negative things can happen. In the beginning of the game, they don't really happen, but it's your health, it's your life, it's the game's health and life, because once that goes down, you're out. So you kind of want to be strategic about how you're playing these cards and trying not to pick them up as much. But like I said earlier, it's also your health. So sometimes things happen to you and you have to discard cards oftentimes at random. So like you might be needing something and it might be gone, and you have to do that tracker. So I thought that was I really liked how that system worked.
So there's also, you have your own little player boards, and you have a chance to level up. When you level up, when you have beaten a certain amount of villains or gathered a certain amount of supplies, and then you get a chance to remove some stuff off of your board, remove that kind of that marker off of your board, and it allows you to get access to new special abilities, but more importantly, new cards. And these are like special action cards that you're going to be able to add into your hand, and they are better versions of what you started the game with. So now you want to kind of specifically target and level up all of your different cards so that we can add more cards into your hand, so you have more life, and the cards themselves are stronger. So I think it's a really fun leveling up system as you as you encounter more bigger, stronger bad guys, you yourself are getting bigger and stronger as well.
Yeah. And this game wants you to explore it. This is not a game that you can go in, get the president, get out. The game is set up more like a dungeon crawl, I would say. They want you to go and explore. You have to fight these big bad guys. You have to find the president. You have to find all these things. Even if you do plan on stabbing everybody in the back and doing your own secret objective, there's still things that you have to discover in order to do that. So that's just when I started playing this game, I had the mindset of go in, get out, and win. But that's not how the game wants you to play. The game wants you to explore. The game wants you to flip these tiles and kind of like take your time as you're exploring the game.
Yeah. All right, so you have a hero phase, and then you have kind of like the game takes its turn. During the hero phase, there's kind of a lot of steps. Now, there is a nice player aid, but each turn you're going through like 8+ steps. You thought you were taking your action. No, you have to resolve all these different things in order to take your turn. So the first few times you're taking your turn, it's kind of a lot, but as you do it, it starts to become more routine, more normal, and then you're kind of going through faster. And there is a player aid to help you, like I mentioned. Yeah. But it's very procedural, especially at the beginning. And then you flip over to the board, the game taking its turn. It's a little bit faster, but there's a cool system there where you make some noise, and if you haven't met a certain threshold, some events are going to trigger as well. So there's kind of a lot of procedures you have to do on your turns in order to get through the game.
I do have to say, because Ryan and I are not familiar with this IP, I would have liked if the game had suggested characters to play, especially like the first time, you're playing 2 players, these characters are going to work really well. Now, by chance, I think we chose those 2 players and it worked out, but I would have liked the game to just walk me through it because I don't know what to expect in the game. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to be revealed. I don't know what's going to be beneficial. And so I would have just liked something like start with this if this is your first time or just something like that.
Maybe just like have it a pre-set up mini game, just like to walk through the thing, something kind of get us started.
Yeah.
All right. So the rule book for this game was a little bit of a mess. There were some important things that you needed to progress the game. I'm not going to spoil it too much. You know what? I will. There was, it's just one example. There were many examples, but just as one example, there are some suitcases that you need in order to progress the end of the game. You need to find these blueprints in order to get the president and get out of there.
It's mentioned in the rule book.
It says in the rule book what you need to do it, and then they're found in these suitcases. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
Where are the suitcases? Nowhere in the rulebook does it say where the suitcases are. How do you find them? It does not tell you at all anywhere in the rulebook. We had to go to BGG to find a reference. Lots of people had the same question, and we were able to find some answers there. The designers and the publishers were very active on BGG, so that was very cool to see because there was a lot of questions because the rulebook sucks. But they were found in these various, some of them were under tile, some of them we had to get by beating bad guys. And it was like
and the information was on the bad guy card, but when we're setting up the game, it just says put this card over here.
Yeah, and it's like buried in like flavor text and stuff. And that's not. We're not reading that early on.
Yeah,
and we're not going to go back to it thinking that's where the things might be.
Yeah.
So is the rulebook hard to get through, and then once you get through it, it doesn't have all what you need when you need it, how you need it. Yeah. So BGG was our friend for that and got us through this game.
This game did make me curious about the movie. I think I might go get this from the library now because it just seems so campy and I need to watch it. I need to see what this was about. It just looks so hilarious, but I don't think it's supposed to be. And I need to see that. The game itself, it was fine. We just had a lot of questions up front, and sometimes that makes it hard to really get into the gameplay. If you like that dungeony, explory type game and you don't mind not rushing in, getting in, solving, and getting out. If you're not that type of gamer and you like to explore, I think this is something that, with the aid of BGG, you would enjoy.
I think that if you are a fan of this IP, which I'm not sure I've heard in all of my years anyone like talk about this like as if it was like the best movie ever.
Maybe it is. We're gonna find out.
So if maybe you are that person, maybe you are excited about this theme, in which case relive the experiences. You get to go through and do it yourself, and I think you're gonna have a great time doing it, especially in that world that you know and love. I don't know this world. I don't love this world. Mechanically, I did not find it satisfying, and rulebook-wise was a disaster. I think the big problem for me was this is a cooperative game, right?
Oh,
but then it's not.
Oh, blah.
You have to make a choice. Either it's a competitive or cooperative game, or it's a cooperative game with a trader mechanism, and that trader mechanism is known from the beginning.
Yes.
And then you know what kind of game you're playing. This game, you have no idea what kind of game you're playing. You have no idea what experience you're in the middle of. You could be playing this as a cooperative game, like as me. Ryan's playing this as a cooperative game from the beginning, and you're in his game for 2+ hours, right?
Yeah.
And then, but Bethany, halfway through, decides she wants to be a trader. And so at the very last minute, right before we're about to win collectively, she goes trader on me, and then I lose and she wins.
It just doesn't feel good.
There's a
What was that?
cooperative or known trader mechanism, not a combination. Pass for me.
Wow. Everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see our videos as they come out. Until then, you can find us in all of these places.
You guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. You guys, thanks so much for watching. This game was provided to us by a publisher in exchange for a fair and honest review.
And if you want to see more stuff, check out over here to see something we think you might like.
And over here, we think that YouTube has picked out a great video for you you're going to love. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.